If there was a positive you could take away from this pandemic, it would be the allowance of time for players on this Blue Jackets roster to get healthy. None bigger than obviously Seth Jones, who went down, and really for the Blue Jackets, the wheels started to fall off. I mean, what they win 3 games out of the 14 Seth Jones didn't play. Jones coming back among others. Obviously, it's going to breathe life into this team going into playoffs against these Toronto Maple Leafs. No question about it. And as far as Seth Jones is concerned, I think he's a full go. I don't think there's any limitations placed on this guy. I'm thinking 28, 30 minutes a night, you know, as he's been averaging in playoffs these past few seasons, as long as he's in shape, of course. You know, the conditioning is the only real thing I'm concerned here about. I wouldn't be worried about the ankle in this case or situation, which I think Jones would be in good shape of then. I ain't too worried about that. The one thing of interest here for Seth Jones and his role in this team for me, it's the power play. Werenski isn't much of a downgrade. Matter of fact, I wouldn't really call him a downgrade at all when it comes to quarterbacking that power play for this Blue Jackets team. Granted, this power play has been far from the, you know, most beautiful thing we've seen in the league this season. But, you know, you talk about playing Werenski and letting him take that first unit. We've seen it bouncing back and forth a couple of times this year between the two of them. So it's not like it'd be something completely foreign for the Blue Jackets to do here. But I kind of like the idea of Werenski playing the majority of the power play, as long as, again, which we seen when Seth went down in the first place, he did seem a little bit overwhelmed from time to time out there on the ice. As long as that doesn't become apparent when he's out there for, let's say, a minute 20, a minute 30, minute 40, whatever it is of the power play, all full go, right? Let him have at it. Because the Blue Jackets are in this unique situation. You know, a lot of teams, they don't really have the luxury of saying, we'll put this D-man on our first unit and this D-man on the second. You know, you got, the Leafs, for example. Morgan Rielly, there's no questions about it. He's got to be on that first unit. You know, Pittsburgh, you got to throw Letang there. What? You want to go down the Doughty route there for LA? Whatever it is. They all kind of, it's a unanimous thing. For the Blue Jackets, you can swap out the Seth Jones for the Werenski, and you're not going to say, well, that was a terrible idea. No, full confidence in Werenski, man, in that power play. And I think it gives you that luxury to, you know, if you want to call it a breather, a little extra breather for Seth Jones during the game, so he can be out there on, you know, the offensive attacks of the Toronto Maple Leafs, which I think is going to be very important here. That's what you got to slow down on these Maple Leafs, is this potent offense. The more you can have Seth Jones on the ice for those situations, the better it'll be. And again, obviously, game flow, how everything's going on early, it may dictate towards the decision here. And I fully expect, you know, whether it's the first unit or the second unit, I expect Seth Jones to be out there on the ice on the power play. So, you know, let's not get that confused here. We're definitely going to see him out there. The question's how much. We'll see. But again, this time off, you know, the thing is, you've seen the time off. We came back in April. Say the Blue Jackets came back in April. Jones has got to, you know, probably rush his way back into the lineup if he can as quick as possible. If the Blue Jackets are still in playoffs when he's ready to come back, you worry about him coming back, possibly, you know, a game or two to knock the rust off a little bit there. Not the case now. I mean, granted, you can still say he's got a game or two to knock the rust off, but every single player in the league just went close to 5 months without playing. You know, so they're all on a level playing field as far as quote-unquote knocking the rust off, if you want to go down that route. And all that being said, I think, again, Jones, he's going to step up. He's going to step up. He's going to be that man this team can lean on throughout playoffs, as he's been that man all season. I don't have any concerns. I have no concerns for Jones's expectations when he comes back. I think he's going to be full go. I think he's going to play great. And hopefully this team can make a push. If they can't, you know, I'm not going to cheer for the Blue Jackets ever to lose. I don't care what the odds are of winning Lafreniere are. But at the same time, if they lose, it's an option. It's a chance, right? So best of luck. Let's hope for the best of Seth Jones. Hope for the best out of this team here in playoffs.